It's learning now at the struggle. I hear so many of Voila Montessori giving a talk on awareness. I'm homesick.
Kind of,
I will turn this over to them.
Or punishing or things like that. It does not need to have any of that involved. It's really about setting up the environment, like I talked last week about setting up the home. Well, the bathroom environment, the toilet is another environment. So, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but about not having control about 3 things. Did I mention that? No.
What's one of them and all?
I don't know, you tell me. What are 3 things that you think as a parent you have no control over? Bodily fluids. Bodily fluids, that would be one, yes. What's another one? 3. There's 3 things, I mean, there's a lot of things we don't control, but with our children at a young age, what are 3 things that you... Accidents, yeah. No, I'm trying to get you to think about 3 things that happen kind of in our daily lives that we don't really have that much control. Like we can't force a child to sleep is one of them. No. Eat, yes. And then we said toilet. So I call it eat, sleep, poop. We have no control. We cannot force a child to sleep. We shouldn't force a child to sleep. And we can't really force a child to go to the bathroom. So what do we have to do instead is we set up that environment, like I was telling you last time, so that they can do those things and show us how capable they are on their own. So what we do have control over is how we set up the environment, the time and patience that we give to those 2 things, and the routines that we do around them. And if we are aware of that and know that, it happens with a lot more ease and just smoothness. Okay? So today is really about toileting, and I brought a special guest for you today because I have a friend that's very dear to me that I have worked with for a long time, that I trained with in Montessori. We've known each other for a long time, and she has a 3-year-old son, 2.5. He'll be 3 in August. And last week, I remember you guys were kind of surprised when I told you that you could start helping your children learn about the potty very early on. And so my friend Irina has come to share with you how she worked with her son using what we call EC, which is called Elimination Communication.
Elimination
as in bodily fluids and pee and poop. So our body needs to eliminate the food that we take in. This is a normal bodily function that babies do the minute they are born. I think they might even do it in, but yes, I mean, they do at birth sometimes. And so it's a normal bodily function that happens. And if we learn to observe, remember how I talked about the importance of observation and kind of watching our children and kind of they're giving us messages all the time. Well, elimination communication is about seeing the signs that they need to eliminate. They need to go to the bathroom. So Irina, if you wouldn't mind coming up, I just want her to share with you a little bit about her kind of a journey, which started very, very early on.
We had a lot of debate about that after you left.
I bet.
There
So
are
I
girls
just
that want to try it, and
that's
some
why
are
I
like,
thought,
no way.
Because to me, what she did is amazing to me, but it worked. So
for the girls that were not here the last time that they were here, Jackie, can you tell the other girls what did she claim could be done?
That you could potty, they could teach children how to go to the potty at an early age.
Like how early?
I said, what I always say is when they start showing signs, and to me, it's kind of around 9, 10 months when they're starting to fight that diaper change and they don't want to be lying down anymore, and you kind of have to think of a new routine. But Irina did it even earlier, so go ahead, you tell us.
Hi. So it was actually not about teaching, me teaching him or training him to go potty or anything else. It was actually he who taught me how to observe and be sensitive to his signs. And we actually started from day one. And the beginning was very easy. I just didn't want to use a lot disposable diapers. And we just had both diapers. And there is it's not a belief, it's a research that they, and that every human being knows what is happening to his body. They just need some help, some support, because they are, so helpless. And so when, for example, he after his nap, I went to him and he was drying. The first thing I would give him breast, because they are hungry after sleeping. Yeah. And he was dry after breastfeeding. So right after that, I took him to the restroom and told him. How many months? Just from the beginning. And
Day one.
Yeah, and he would pee, and it was so surprising for me. I was like, oh, really?
Like into the toilet?
In the sink.
Okay.
It was easy for me. Yeah, the toilet you have to. When he was just 2 months, he started to show me that he wants to go pee. He doesn't want to pee in a diaper. I was like, oh, so he was kind of
Squirming,
yeah, like
he's uncomfortable signs.
Yeah, and I was wondering, so what do you want? Do you want to eat? Okay, here you can eat. And you don't want to. Do you want to do what? Sleep? Like you just woke up. So I would take him to the toilet and smile. It was so surprising. It was really amazing. And from that point, my task was just, be focused on his needs. And make long story short, I could say that at the age of 8 or 9 months, we basically stopped using disposable diapers at all. Maybe sometimes when we get out or for a long trip, something like that. And by the age of 1 and maybe 2 months, he went to school, and he was already monitoring. He could take the teacher to the bathroom and show me what he wants to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I cannot tell. I mean, I couldn't tell that it was such a great job or very big work. It was just be sensitive.
Yeah, be sensitive and learn to observe and learn to recognize the signs. Because every time he was making those faces of being kind of uncomfortable, she knew that, oh, I fed you, you just woke up.
Yeah,
so
what
it
else
must
do
be
you
back. Remember those 3 things. So she just established this routine. And I remember meeting up with her one time in a coffee shop, and we were having a talk, and Leo was about 2 or 3 months. And she was, he was there, and she goes, excuse me, he needs to go to the bathroom. If he comes back, yes,
And sometimes people,
So,
they look at you,
amazing.
really? But he's in a diaper. So what? Irina.
How do you spell that?
I-R-I-N-A. Any questions for?
So every time you were taken to the bathroom, like,
If he was dry, I just use the same
Oh,
diaper.
yeah, because that's the thing, is that you didn't really need to change the diaper since he was telling you ahead of time, like.
And actually, you can even use disposable diapers, but first rule is when you see the diaper is wet, do not keep him in this diaper, just change it immediately. No one likes to be in wet pants, you know, but diaper is even worse because it keeps you warm and it's just uncomfortable. And basically, their first need is adaptation, and they do not know what this world is, and they adapt to whatever they are exposed, you know. And if they are in diapers, they will adapt to this way of going to potty, you know. They will think this is a normal thing, but it's not.
Thank you. Thank you. So as Irina was saying, is one of the first things to know is that to be able to make them aware of their whole bodily function and everything. So whether you are, you know, doing this EC that you can Google it, you'll see there's websites about it and lots of people talking about it. Or if you are, you know, not going that route, but you're having diapers and everything. One thing that you do need to be aware is the best way to make them aware of what's happening to their body and kind of, you know, them being wet is to be kind of on top of your game and really changing them as soon as they're wet, so that they don't get used to the wet diaper. And the one thing, I mean, I really kind of encourage, if you can, to use cloth as much as you can, at least at home, just because the cloth up against your skin really stays wet. So there's a real mind-body connection where you're understanding what's happening to your body and you have this kind of uncomfortable sensation. Disposable diapers today are so amazing that they never feel wet. So they're not making the connection of, I have this sensation, I'm, you know, letting go of my pee, and I know that feels fine, no problem, you know. So that's a real, you know, kind of a thing to be aware of, that whole debate between cloth and disposable. You know, it's a debate not only of like environment and all that, but just for that whole toilet awareness, it's really great. So from the beginning, is just being aware of when they pee, and you can probably see it even in little babies, and just be aware and just always change with respect. Always be aware of the language that you use proper terms for everything that is happening, that you change them, always letting them know what you're doing, what's going on. I would avoid using language of like, poo, stinky, poo, you know, all this. It's like, it's a normal bodily function, and, you know, we've got to do it with respect, you know? So, because that kind of also sends a message like, oh, maybe I shouldn't, you know, maybe I shouldn't do this or whatever. So, so using proper language, always talking to them when you're doing, and kind of, you know, asking for their help in a way. And so just being aware and trying to change them as soon as you can. So also, you will also learn their routine, because they really do have a routine. Like, they usually have bowel movements and pee kind of at the same time of days, if you start observing and start taking note. So that will really help you down the road when you're wanting to introduce the potties. You already know kind of what time of days they're more likely to go to the bathroom.
So
So
you say, use formal terms, so like penis and vagina and that kind of stuff?
yeah,
So like,
instead of your
mommy's cleaning or
choo-choo or your woo-woo or your whatever, I mean, it's, you know, it's just, and I think that it's really, that's a whole other conversation, but body awareness is very important for children to own their bodies and to know, like to not have kind of predators later on.
Mhm.
Just, it's like you've got to give ownership of your body and not have shame of your body. Your body is amazing. All of your body parts are amazing. They all have a function, and to really kind of have that so that we don't kind of perpetuate this notion of I need to be ashamed of my body, of my female body, for little girls to have ownership. So creepy guys won't come and I don't know, it's just, that's a whole other conversation but a very, very important one. So talking, always giving language, and it's even what I was talking about last time when I came about the importance of language and how we want to give proper language for everything. So our body is no different, we want to make sure that they have good vocabulary, and we are that connection for them. We're giving them the good vocabulary. So that's kind of the beginning. So what I like to kind of talk about, unless you're doing like Elena did, the whole elimination communication, but if you're kind of waiting a little later, oftentimes at one point in your diapering journey, you are going to have one squirming little person who just does not like being laid down on the changing table and their diapers being changed.
Who struggled with that here? With the squirmy that doesn't want their diaper changed?
So that is usually a sign that they are telling you, hey, show me something different. Show me how to do it by myself, or just give me something else, because it's not very independent to be like, okay, change my energy here. They want to be, again, they want to participate. So what I suggest is when that time comes around, that I've noticed is oftentimes when they are starting to kind of stand up on their own, they're maybe not walking yet, they're maybe just starting to crawl, is to start changing them standing up in the bathroom. So this is part of that toilet awareness. The bathroom is the place where we eliminate. The bathroom is where these bodily functions can happen. So I was, yes.
Well, my daughter, she's just on we have a potty seat, she doesn't use it. She goes and sits on it, but I think she's like playing, so I was just going back there. So we think that's like a sign for her.
Well, how old is she?
She's 1.
So it's probably a sign for me that she's kind of getting interested in that. So I would just start maybe bringing that as part of your routine, like maybe when she's waking up in the morning, let's go.
She goes straight to the restroom, and I'm like, what are you doing?
But she's not.
But I don't like to do it. But I
Germs are good, don't worry.
Well, I never thought of it like.
I don't know about the ones here.
Yeah.
A lot of us in our mother life, but.
Yeah.
So like when they can't stand, you're talking about like how would that look?
So basically what I have is maybe holding on to the bathtub.
Okay.
Or if you can put one of the towel racks down low, so they just hold on, and they're kind of holding on, but you're taking off the diaper standing up and putting on a new one. It's just that they're in the bathroom, and so we're starting to learn that this happens in the bathroom. And they'll be a lot happier because they're not lying down, they're helping by them, having that, they're participating. And then the other thing is to start, since you've been observing and you know kind of when they are wanting to go, this hasn't been used in a while, sorry. You can start inviting them to sit down on the potty. And this is kind of your first one for a very young child. I mean, this can be 9-10 months, okay? And so it's what I said at the beginning, it's just a routine. We're just making it a very easy thing. We're not putting stress on them. We're not putting stress on ourselves. We're just saying, maybe, every morning when I wake my baby up or when my baby wakes up, I'm gonna take off the diaper and we're gonna come sit here. Or after I set them or whatever. So you just incorporate it as just a new thing to do in the day. Yes.
My son, he comes to the bathroom, and I have his potty right there. He's on it, but he tells me, Mom, like, you're going to pee pee. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pee pee. You have to pee pee. But like, when he sits on it with his clothes on. He doesn't, if I take off his pants and everything.
So maybe we need to, when you are changing him, so he doesn't have a diaper on, and again, maybe changing him in the bathroom, so that when you have it off, so his butt is naked, so like to sit on the potty now, and you sit on your potty. So you're going to the bathroom at the same time. That's really, it really is helpful. I like to say to the parents when we start, like when they're starting to be interested, is like to have an open door policy, so you're kind of showing them, modeling again. Remember, we're the teachers by modeling. You're just like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom, and you model how to do it, so that it's a normal bodily function. There is no shame in going to the bathroom. It's part of life. We all have to do it. So the more open to the dads that have boys, I usually encourage them to sit on the toilet for a few months so that little boys don't want to be like dads and stand up and be all over the place. So that's kind of, again, modeling, and, dads who don't always sit, well, they sit for bowel movements, but they don't always sit for pee. So it's just kind of, can you help us out here and just sit so you can go pee? So basically, so the routine that we set up, and this is, and I'm sorry, but this should be kind of a little higher bucket with a cover, like a pail. I just didn't have one. But this is kind of your setup that you should have that is very normal for the routine. So when your baby is starting to show interest in wanting to have this toilet awareness, I highly, highly recommend to start putting them in cotton training underwear, at least when you are at home. So that, first of all, you will see right away when they're wet. They will feel it, so they will have, remember, that mind-body connection. And only that, so that they don't have to take off pants and suspenders and belts and whatever. They can just take off their underwear and go to the bathroom.
Could they look at that?
Sure. So this one is a used one. I apologize. I tried to get some new ones this morning. I did not find any. But Gerber makes these, or I know my friend also, she actually sewed an extra little piece of like towel in there. I've had some people tell me that they unsew the seam here and put a Kotex pad in there, just to have a little extra thing. But it's the fact that it's cotton up against their skin. So right away, like, ooh, yeah, I don't want this. And they take it off, right? And so we're just helping them by having only this on, that they can start, and you show them how to kind of put their thumbs in there and you pull it down. Putting it back on, they might need a little bit more help at the beginning. A little stool might help for them to sit down and kind of put it on. But that's all you have. You have them in their cotton underwear, and you have a large pile of these cotton underwears, because you're going to go through quite a few at the beginning. And it's just showing them where the clean ones are, and this is to put the soiled ones in. So if they did get this one wet, we're gonna take it off and we're gonna put it in the proper place in the pail.
How much are those in comparison to like a disposable diaper? Because I could like the girls would say that's expensive to buy a lot of those, but
the thing is you're just washing them and using them again. Disposable diapers I know are super expensive, and you're throwing them away and you can't reuse them. And they go in landfills and so on and so forth. So this is, again, might be a little bit of extra work, but it's a good investment.
So we're gonna have to ask you to hold on. We're having some technical issues over at the Lindsay Community School, and hopefully we will have the feedback very shortly. Thank you for your patience.
You need to dive down. No, you need to dive down.
Yes.
You ready?
No.
Mommy, count some Mickey Mouse.
Put the seat down, starts like
He doesn't like it.
crying and.
That's fine. Whatever it takes, you know.
Control, you know?
Yeah.
Control. Maybe he's resistant.
Maybe that seat moves around too much and he doesn't like it. And so, you know, you don't always have to get a potty. I just think if you're gonna start earlier, it's kind of nicer because they have their feet on the ground and they're more stable. But if you're gonna do it on your big toilet, you can get a little seat that makes it a little smaller, because that big seat sometimes feels like, whoa, where am I gonna go? I'm gonna fall in this, you know, toilet. But also to have a stool so that they can have their feet, you know, kind of more stable, because your feet dangling into a big toilet can be like pretty scary. So just be aware that that resistance might also come from that. It's like, you know, I'm not in control here, I'm gonna fall in this hole and all of that. So yeah. So the pages that I gave you,
Did everybody get that paper?
there's like 3 pages.
Yes? No?
Yes.
Great.
It's basically going to read it, you know, I'll come back when we do positive discipline. You only got.
So it's one back to back, there should be 3 total.
Is kind of everything that I just talked about. It just kind of repeats all this. A lot of the information is taken from these 2 books that I really like. This is called Diaper Free Before 3, which I really believe can be before 2, but it probably didn't rhyme, so they put before 3. But I believe that it can be before 2. But it's a great book because it kind of takes us through the history of how before our children were toilet independent, much younger, but the lovely you know, diaper industry has done such a wonderful job of marketing that they now have your children in diapers until they're 6, 7 years old, which I just find it very, very disrespectful for our children. So, you know, marketing does a lot for us. And then the other, sure. And you know, take the info. And then the other one is this one called Toilet Awareness. And this is a friend of mine who wrote this, and she actually talks more about how we do all toilet awareness in the Montessori classroom, because in the Montessori classroom we do start very young. And then if any of you know sign language, the sun in between here, this means pee. You could go pee.
Oh, good
So
to know.
that's a good one to know. Here's the other book.
What's poop?
Poop, I don't know. Do you know?
I know that.
Poop. That makes sense. Coming out of the
Yeah?
hole, yeah.
That's awesome.
What was the name of the other book?
Toilet Awareness by Sarah Moudry, and Sarah Moudry actually has a website, and her specialty is toileting. So, so yeah, any questions about the setup, all of that? Anything? And then I left these for you, Dawn. There's just 4 of them, and you guys can share. And it's, to me, it's an old-fashioned type of catalog that was from 2010. But the way that it is written, on the top, there's a lot of wonderful information, and it's for children basically from birth to 3. So I think these are really good references. It is a website where she does sell things, but which the website looks like the catalog. It's pretty.
The Joyful Child?
I think it's called Michael Olaf.
Yeah. All of them.
Yeah, michaelolaf.com. Right here. The Joyful Child has now become a book, which is a wonderful book. So I'm leaving 4 of those for you.
Thank you.
And then the other thing that I wanted to let you know about is, actually today it started. I've been doing interviews with kind of parenting and child development experts. And I interviewed 24 experts. And it's called Be the Best Parent You Can Be.
This is a web.
It's a website, so you're gonna have a little video of me telling you all about the video. But if you put your name and email, you'll get these interviews every day, one interview a day. And I think they're just really nice information. Be the best parent you can be.
Information
Like today, it was a woman who is a clinical psychologist, Dr. Markham. Her website is AHA Parenting, and just kind of giving us information about how to react to our children when they're, having tantrums or different ways. And I think, as parents, I know that all of the things that the information that I gathered from these experts, I wish I'd have known when I was a young mom, because I think there's a lot of things that's unknown and you're kind of scared and you don't know. So, hopefully it can be helpful. It's all totally free, so you can look at it and be the best parent you can be.
Yeah, we posted the link on the.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You did.
Just in case you don't want to get it there.
But you're gonna see my option video right now. But you can put in your name and you'll just see all these videos every day.
Is that you?
Yeah, see, that's someone famous.
So, yeah. Any other questions around toileting or other questions that have come up? So yeah,
Urgent one.
right?
Urgent.
Yeah. Oh, and then I think I'm back in June.
Yeah, June the 3rd.
And there we'll do positive discipline. So for that one, should we try to make space in the middle of the room? Sure. Because we're gonna play some games together, kind of interacting. Do some role play. Yeah.
last time I said imagine to say for 9 months. My son is 9 months. Doesn't mean to invite him to sit down and try to color.
If you want to get a potty like that, you can start inviting him. Definitely. This is a Baby Bjorn. It's just one of the brands. I like very simple. There's some that make sounds and all this stuff. You don't need all that stuff. Okay? You just need something super simple that has the function to just go to the bathroom. No iPotty or all of that stuff. Okay, it's just very simple. Nothing. You don't need it to have, swishing sounds and all this stuff. It's just.
IKEA has.
IKEA has some nice cheap ones that are like this. So yeah, very basic.
Any other questions? Blanca, how old's your baby?
9 months.
9 months? Is she ready to go potty? Are you willing to try it? You better hold on to the toilet. Change your diaper.
How is she on the changing table? Does she enjoy it? She enjoys it. There you go. She's telling you something. So yeah, it's just, it's just kind of part of it.
I like your perspective because we love conspiracy theories in here. So how the diaper industry is trying to.
Oh my gosh, that is a big conspiracy industry. Oh my gosh. All of the gadgets that the baby industry tells you absolutely need, just let me tell you a secret, you don't need them. You really don't need them.
And they seem damaging in many ways.
I think, the whole, there was this whole controversy with that iPotty. How terrible.
What is it?
An iPotty. So So it's a potty. So you sit on your potty and you've got the iPad right here.
Oh.
You can play games while you're going to the potty. It's just terrible. I mean, already, remember, I don't believe in any TV or screens before much later, so why would you have, it's just,
Yeah.
but yeah, so be careful. The marketers are out to get you. Toys R Us probably doesn't like me too much, but that's okay. They've invited me to actually come to classes at their location, but I don't think they really listen to what I have to say.
And it saves a lot of money too, because it means that you.
Exactly, I mean, and you're saving so much money that could be used to get a Zoom membership or take a trip or, get some good books. And instead, you're spending it on junk that you're gonna use once and you don't know what to do. Wait.
How old, Donna?
She's gonna be 9 months.
So what I like also, the whole idea of the cotton underwear when they're that young, is for movement. Remember how moving is such a big part of their life? It really liberates. You don't have this big water stuck between your legs that you're trying to manage, right? It kind of makes it more that your body is more capable, and you'll see they'll be able to crawl a lot better and just maneuver around a lot better.
And there is actually a
Research on that?
that babies, they learn walk earlier and they're more straight.
As opposed to walking like, I got something between my legs here.
That makes sense. How old's your daughter? 8 months. You think you could try it with her, those things?
I never, this is the first time I heard it.
The only thing, if you do start trying, be consistent, okay? Don't say, try it, and then 2 days later you go, this isn't gonna work.
I know.
If you're gonna try, you gotta.
Then you're in the diaper and.
Yeah, because you're giving them different signals. So when you decide, make sure that everybody that takes care of your child knows what you're going to do and is gonna do the same thing, so that you can give them the proper message to the child too. Because it's very confusing if one day you're gonna do underwear, the next day you do diapers, and the next day you do underwear. It's whatever you decide, be consistent so that at least you give yourself a good 2 to 3 weeks of this is what I'm gonna do, and this is a new routine, and I'm giving it the time and patience that it needs.
I'm thinking about when babies, as a mother, when they're cooking, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of whenever she does the take off her diaper and everything.
Try to do it a little bit before, when you see the signs that she's starting.
Yeah,
Right, so that there's success. Because that's the thing, we want them to get the message of, wow, I can do this. And it feels a lot better than having poop on my butt for a while, right? So, yeah.
Absolutely. Any other questions?
I just wanted to add that, the whole potty training starts when you take the disposable diaper off.
Yes.
Because when he or she is in closed diaper, you are much more focused. Because you don't want him to be wet, or you don't want to be harbored or whatever. So he will
Will happen.
Yeah, you are more focused, and you can take him maybe, more often than he needs to be taken to the
And I
toilet.
know some of the families
helps.
that I work with, that's actually my first thing, when I see that they're kind of have passed their time of, I said, just stop buying diapers, there's no more, just no more in the house. And, it's kind of extreme, but it really, and still use them for the night, because the night comes a little later. But during the day, it's like, oh, no more diapers. Oh, we gotta put on some underwear. And then really it will help you, like Evina said, you're gonna be way more focused on what's going on. And it's actually, Dr. Laura Markham, in the interview today, she says that in this process, we are junior partners. We are junior partners of helping our children reach forward independence. So it's just being on board with them. They're showing you what they need, and you need to help them get to being independent. Okay? And we have to.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Okay.